Welcome back to the vlog. So this is our first day. We decided to go to Sanrio Puroland. Unfortunately, I was navigating that first morning and took us the wrong way. And so when we got to the area, we ended up stopping at a 7-Eleven to grab a bite to eat because we had been on the subway a bit longer than expected. This is the fruit sandwiches they have. Yes, they are amazing. They are so delicious. Here's a receipt. So if you're curious about pricing, there you go. We decided to try some of the other pastries that were really delicious. I think this was another one of the pancakes, but it had chocolate flavoring in it. So it was really, really good. So there you go. Here's the inside. All those pancakes they have like a cream filling of some sort. So the original ones had maple in it and it was really good. And then here's the sandwich. It's got strawberry. It's got orange. It's got pineapple. I think it's a pear in there as well. And it really is just a refreshing little sandwich. The bread is really soft and fresh. It's really delicious. And so they sell ice in a cup. So we got that and a peach soda for Adriana. And here we are on our way into the park.
It was a little busy, but not too busy. It's pretty busy in most areas of Japan. Tourist season is right now. So we decided to pop into a little store and we saw some snacks they had that were so cute. Like little chocolate bars, I think they were. And they had all kinds of Sanrio stuff. And then we decided to head into the actual park. So this is a view of the outside. I thought it was really cute, the sign, and that lights up at night. So we'll include some footage from the nighttime, but there's tons of people taking pictures. It seems like it's a kids theme park, and there's obviously kids there, but there's a lot of adults just there, just like taking pictures and like, dressing up like their favorite characters. It kind of felt like it was, like a good mix. So that was fun, and this is just kind of a look around. There's Gudetama. I thought he was so funny. But yeah, they have all of the Sanrio characters. So it's cool to see them up. I mean, they don't really have all of them. There's some obscure characters that they don't have. But the first thing we decided to do was go to Cinema Rolls Cafe. And I got a soda. I think it's Coca-Cola. And then we got like a plant-based chocolate dessert. I didn't know it was plant-based. I just thought I would try it. But it was not the best bite we had of the day. It was extremely dense. It was like fudge. So it was really hard to have all of it, but it was fun to try something new. And then we decided to look around the top floor. There was a lot of photo opportunities where you could sit in front of a backdrop designed to your favorite Sanrio character. And so we walked around, we did that. And there is the Sanrio Rainbow Restaurant. So that one was fun because they had a few different dishes there. And all of their food items are themed. So that was really cool to see different characters on different plates. There's another shot of the mural as you walk in. It's really beautiful. And it's kind of cool how you can see the light peeking in from the roof. It's really well designed. I like this entry area into the indoor theme park. So here is some of the characters in front of the Rainbow World restaurant. And here is the menu and the map. They give you a map of the restaurant because there's different areas you can sit in for your favorite character. They have pasta dishes, and I thought it was funny how they do the face on the egg for Gudetama. And there's roast beef dishes of all things. I guess they have like a half Western, half pasta, so Italian menu. These are really cute. The drawings, they're drawn by the actual artists who draw those characters currently. So that was cool to see signed artwork.
Here's a look at the main area. So basically it's this 3-story area with this path around a huge tree that gives you views of the whole thing. And then there's like these portals off to various shows and theaters. And there's a couple rides that you can take. So this is one of those portals. And then as we walk around, there's sort of this pathway where like they'll do parades and then they'll also do shows. So that center area houses a stage for some of their shows. Which are a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it more than I was really expecting. And here we are trying to continue to explore the lower areas, trying to catch the show for a second without blocking the walkway. And so as you go through here, there's little stores, there's these vending machines, which are, of course, themed to Hello Kitty and Sanrio and stuff like that. And there are various hallways that kind of let you navigate around when the main area is kind of busy.
The next thing we explored was one of the main areas in the park. So we went through Fairyland. There is a theater in there, and there is a show a few times a day. But I wanted to just walk around because there was not really anybody in there at the time. I think there might have been a show going on, but you could see all of these hand-painted murals on the wall, and it was really beautiful. It was fun to see, kind of what their fairyland would be. I was like, that's interesting, and I thought those trees were kind of fun. It really seemed like all of the theme park was very well themed, very carefully crafted. It took them obviously a long time to build this, and it really shows. They put a lot of hard work in there. There's the wisdom tree that you can walk up and get really nice views of the park. I think that sign was telling us that it was closed. They close it during the shows, which makes sense. And they were directing traffic to go around. So at this point, we decided to just kind of walk around and take in the areas that we could, and then also try to figure out what kind of shows we wanted to watch, because there were several different shows going on throughout the day, and try to figure out our Puro Pass, which that booth was, so we could get like a paid fast pass to get on the rides. Though there's only 2 rides, so the wait times were very long all day, but I think it was worth it for the Puro Pass. We also encountered a silhouette studio, and I thought that was so cute. It reminded me of Disneyland, and we had to get one, so I think we came back later in the day and got one. You get to pick a character and a person, or you could just do 2 people or 2 characters, but I wanted to get one done, so I got mine, and I chose my favorite character, Pachaco. But this is a look into the other main eating area. So they have like more Western food and some Japanese food. So they have karage fried chicken, which we got. And then we also got the kids bento box because I thought it's so cute. And it came with like a Hello Kitty mashed potato type of thing. That's what that thing is on top. Some vegetables, rice. I think that's ginger on top of the rice. And a little Hello Kitty stamped hot dog. I thought that was so cute. But yeah, so the food was all really good. The potato Hello Kitty, fritter, it had like carrots in it. And the little sausage was just that. I mean, it was a sausage. It was good. It was well seasoned. And it had Hello Kitty on it. And then there was also like a vegetable fritter. So those are really good. But it was fun to see the eating area. There's, a curry place, a noodle place. After our lunch, we decided to pop by the Silhouette Art Studio because they were open and back from their break. And there you can see is mine. So I had my Pachaco ears on. So she included those in. And then she also made one of me across from Pachaco. I thought that was so cute. And next was the show. So we caught the main parade. And what everybody does is there are little markers down on the floor, and you just kind of get an area to sit, and you sit throughout the whole parade, and you don't try to stand up or anything, just so that everybody can get a chance to see the parade and, not get blocked by it. Obviously, there are people who are taller than other people, so that makes things a little challenging, but it was really interesting to see how respectful everybody was, and just wanted to make sure that everybody got the same experience. So everybody was able to see the parade and get a good view, which was really nice. Nobody was standing. And everybody was just kind of, recording, not recording too high. That's why I didn't raise the camera level, because you're not supposed to bring it higher than your head. So I did that. But I really enjoyed this parade. It was so cute. The lights all throughout the center plaza was really fun. And it was all synced to music. Very high energy. And they have all of the characters out. I mean, you just saw Pachaco and Pom Pom Purin. There's Cinema Roll. And they had a great deal of characters in costume out. And the dancers, they really get into it. So it was overall just a really fun show to catch. after the show, we did the Kabuki Theater, and you couldn't record, but this is the stage. And then it was time to redeem our Puro Pass for the main boat ride. So this is kind of the entryway into the queue, and there is some of the line, but we walked basically right up to the front, and I think the wait was over an hour. Here is some footage of the ride. Oh shit. It smells like cinnamon. Oh no. Oh, okay. Never mind, we're okay. In the middle of this ride, it actually takes you outside, even though you're still inside. But anyway, it takes you outside of the ride show, and you get to see the top of the tree, and that was really cool to see that area, and it just takes you around. It's really scenic and beautiful. It takes you over a little lift hill, and then you go down. But I thought it was so cute. It was really fun. This was like just kind of the quiet part of the ride. And you can see views into the top parts of the theme park that you don't really always see. But anyways, here is the rest of the ride. Oh, that was a photo. Oh no. That was the main boat ride. I really enjoyed it. That was my favorite ride. I thought it was cool that we exited out of the next outdoor portion during the show. So we got to see the tree all lit up there. Yeah, so this is the end of the ride, and this is the loading road side. And after that, we decided to explore my bag. Okay. After catching the end of that show, we decided to get some fries as a little snack. And then we went into the gashapon area. So they had a ton of gashapon. They had all kinds. We were trying to get these keychains. I thought they were so cute. They actually say Sanrio Puroland at the bottom. So this is going through and getting, let's see, we got Hello Kitty. That's fun. So we did that. And then we went over and looked at the other machines in the room. There were quite a few claw machines, but I did not want to try those because I figured I'm not that great at claw machines. I don't want to throw a bunch of money into there. So that is another waiting area for a meet and greet where you can take pictures. There's some vending machines, and there was even like a little carousel that you could take photos on. It was really cute. And then we left that area and we decided to head over into Sanrio town That's one of the little areas that has the next attraction. So after that, it was time to use our Puro Pass for My Marrow-Ad Drive, which is like a little car ride, and it's supposed to be centered around the characters Kuromi and My Melody. Here is that machine where you can buy Puro Pass, and then you go in through the shorter lane. There was a little bit of a wait. I think it was because the opening for the pass window had just started at the top of the hour, so it was a little busy at the top of the hour, and maybe it gets a little bit less busy, but we wanted to make sure not to miss our time slot. So we got there, and there is room for 4 people in each car, they say, but I don't know. I think 2 adults and then maybe like 2 kids, not 4 adults. But anyway, here is the ride. Oh, there's a lot of photos.
So which one do you want to keep?
Have to, unless you don't want to make the popcorn move. Oh, 1 second. It's done. Oh.
After that, we headed over to the Fairyland Theater to catch one of the last shows of the day. It was around 6 at this point, and I think most of the park was closing, so we were just trying to get the last few little bits of the experience before we could go. The seating for the shows is open, so if there is anything you really want to see, you should be there early. Here you can see us getting up to our seats. They ended up taking us basically to the nosebleeds, and we were probably in the last 2 or 3 seats available in the whole theater.
After that really fun show, we had just enough time to walk up the treehouse. So this is that footage. You can kind of get a view down into that main area. It's really pretty. You get to see all of the theming that they did, and it's fun because it's like a treehouse, but it's definitely not a real tree. So it was cool to see all of the decorations. They had like this little Gudetama mirror. I thought it was really cute that inside the treehouse they had these little flowers that reminded me of the animatronic flowers from the Tiki Room with little faces. But yeah, it's really beautiful up here, and you get a really nice view of the main area of the theme park. People are all leaving. How cute.
And here we are on our way out, just catching a last few views of Sanrio Puroland before we call it a night. It was a fantastic little theme park. It's kind of neat that it's all indoors. They definitely did an amazing job of just like decorating and theming and really making the most out of the space in terms of the shows and the rides and everything. So really was a fantastic park. If you really like Sanrio and Hello Kitty, it's probably a must do if you're in Japan. And yeah, we had a great time.
I really enjoyed it when I was researching things to do for Japan and I came across Sanrio Puroland. I knew I had to set a day for that. So we were there pretty much from opening to close. After that, on the way, we found a McDonald's, so we had to try it. They have little ketchup pods, and we ordered a samurai mac. It wasn't very expensive at all, and we got the shaka potatoes, which comes with one of these seasoning packets, and we got like a garlic parmesan kind of powder. It was good. It was really interesting. It was fun. So we shook up some of the fries in there and, had it with ketchup. They don't have ranch. That was one thing we ordered, and I was like, dang, I really wish I had some ranch to go with these garlic potato fries. But it was okay. We learned to adapt. We learned to live without ranch, I guess.
Yeah, so it's basically a fun way to do your own garlic parm fries. They really were quite good. And so here you get a shot of them. Yeah, it's just French fries, but the seasoning adds a lot. And so along with it, we got one of their Samurai Macs, which I think is like a hamburger with some sort of teriyaki sauce on it. It was really good. It was really delicious. I do have to say it was a bit salty. Like even for me, I just couldn't handle it at some point. But it really is fun to go to these other places. And here we are on our way back to our hotel. Thankfully, we did not go the wrong way this time. We also followed the crowds for the main train back into Tokyo. And here we are just navigating the Tokyo metro system.
We got a lot better at navigating the system and we didn't get lost for the rest of the trip, which was really nice. It helps that there is a lot of English in the signage, so you can kind of tell where you're going. But anyways, that was our day. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll catch you in our next Japan vlog.